even while bleeding. Never mistake silence for healing. Never again. This song is not hate, it is memory wanted. And then love for Sierra Leone. They don't tell it like it was. So we must, so our children never live it. They chop the hands of babies before they learn to crawl. Pull unborn lives from their mothers, let blood answer the call. They burned us in our cars and houses, locked the doors, watched flames rise, called us collaborators with no justice, killed us openly before our eyes. Stray bullets, intentional bullets, that was the rhythm of the day. Death didn't whisper, didn't warn us, it came and chose to stay. Never again. We cry for peace, say I peace. Just want you to remember where we came from. Never again. Though the wounds remain, Sierra Leone say never again. Our pain, our stories echo through the land. Sierra Leone say never again. Children learn fear before laughter, silence before how to play. Mothers bury sons with empty prayers, fathers just faded away. We forgave when the world was watching, chose peace instead of revenge. But forgiveness without justice leaves old wounds unavenged. They told us time would heal the land, that scars would simply close. But pain ignored does not disappear, it grows where silence grows. Never again. We cry for peace, say happy beach. Just want you to remember where we came from. Never again. Though the wounds remain, Sierra Leone say never again. Our pain, our stories still calling our name. Sierra Leone say never again. Even now we see the signs again, when leaders silence pain, when power replaces justice, when people labeled enemies without process, when fear becomes policy, when hunger meets lies. That's how ugly scenes are reborn. History doesn't knock politely, it breaks the door. Never again. We won't forget, too much blood paid the price of peace. Never again. Protect this land, truth and justice must never sleep out. Our pain, our stories, this song is a scar. Sierra Leone say never again. Sierra Leone say never.
Alright, Sierra Leone say never again. Our pain, our stories, never and never again. Okay, good evening, welcome to the program we call We Are right on YouTube and on Facebook. Okay, famole muna kushe enuna adu. We are done come back TD for can't talk about things where they happen. Now we on sweet yachts and low. naina we own. Oh, let we left for do them bad things them. We dey feel most alone. Naina we own. Whoa, we had. And if we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, oh, we just want for make we yard go before. If we hurt you, we sorry. We no mean bad, oh, we just want for make we yard go before. Kusha, and Cabo. Well, we don't come back today, and of course, we there also for bring things into you way some people no one follow we talk about. Now then things then we can go under the carpet, go now there, cupboard them, yes, then cupboard them we don't get dust. Then no one follow talk about them things and they both can bring and come out and make sure say we get proper lights. Follow you understand exactly what's in the happen. So now go on side there with we, my name is Sembepe, the freedom fighter.
Early hope, say never again. Sierra Leone, say never. We dance for peace, even while bleeding. Never mistake silence for healing. Never again. This song is not hate.
Of course, that this song not to hate, not for just remind we of who we come out with regards to long years rebel war where we suffered. People don't fight for that particular piston of that country. There. Some man don't take credit where not supposed to take. Well, some man they don't pull your own secrets now though. So that's silly them call him papa of democracy. Well, we see. You don't have papa for democracy, they didn't say you blood, but they no need for tell you. You must. Now one thing I know in life, anything where they inside you, like I the communado. So for take particular, title where not belongs to you, by the show. The show. Idi Amin Dada is our person. Flight general, lieutenant general. God. As I end up, well, I see we old man in boss instead they do your own thing and that. But wait, so somebody call me attention today. We may be to talk about something very much important, and I think this will be done the talk for long term. Solomon, if we not stand up for ourselves, nobody in the help with. Bilai will carry him. If we not stand for ourselves, nobody know the help with. Certain things they just need for make that small effort. May other person know say you don't do this thing, then you be able to get what you want. When I wait to the thing we don't happen to we inside Salon, it worst part waiting they happen at Uganda to Bobby Wine. Then fire tear gas and bullet pants Samuel Kamara. Then do na my 91 no. Then do na 4 mile. Then do na Kono. Then do na places. Then block barrier para. Yes. Look the office. Party office. Then fire all kind live bullets there. In fact, they kill it inside the office. Watch you, except that they miss something. But I know you say Bobby Wine, a man then kill anyone. No. But they arrest and beat them. But guess what did happen? Donald Trump don't begin talk about Uganda, Bobby Wine issue. But nobody cares. You know why? Because Bobby Wine, in as much as then they suppress him as the political leader, and they do all what he able for do. And they stand up. We see the same way how they fire tear gas par Samuel Kamara where in Kandong in Nak Jamawasi run he lost. Yes, we see loss. People, hey, you already didn't kill. I'm not down there. You can't tell me right now. Wait, not to down there. I want to talk about it. We see Bobby Wine is the map on top the motor car and they cry pan the bullet. It not go inside. He cry pan the bullet, not to bullet, pan the tear gas. He cry. Even the soldier man them where they get him, where they guide them, they all they cry. Imagine they get him protection. The one the way they give for protector, they all they cry. But he stand. Like use Jagaban. He stood in grounds. in me Jagaban's voice. He stood in grounds. And make sure say he do wetin he able for do. He dey propagate am, he dey talk, he dey give interviews to international community. I mean the international medias, all the media them, he dey give interviews to them. Hey, hold on, no. Let we knock reverse small bit and turn back also come out. Almost international interviews we do. Almost stand we stand. But be when say the election they rig am and it stand up, then they fend and then go take a woman. Imagine then take a woman, put on a gun, video am, send am to her and say a woman for help for fend a man. We all know say then they fend am, then they trail am. You know, Museveni in Peking, when at the head of the military, they fend am. Well, Donald Trump don't begin to put your attention to Ramo. And I'm pretty sure it get answer before we. Because we not get forget any answer. We not get. Because, like I begin say, until and unless we as citizens, as people of Salon, political leader, them we want for Tawa for we, until and unless them first begin take action, nobody need to take action. By mistake or by reality, the former ambassador, US ambassador, we don't tell you this one. If we not stand up for ourselves, who that will stand for you? You not feel say in America they just got select him for. It's not possible. And you force. Now you dey begin for do something for yourself. But you get problem at you not begin for settler or you not call people there. Then you expect the people there for just jump come by a case like that. It's not possible. No, I'm not sure say go possible. Oh. Except me back I don't craze now. Where I don't understand what they talk. But if not that, it's not possible. Trust me. It's not ever possible. But still where they go. Yeah? Now we had this, yeah, family members. Now we had this on YouTube and on Facebook. Before I bring in, we guest inside the show, let's just bring, as a quick one, as a Kushe Kabo.
Yes, Secretary Kushe Kabo. Good evening, and good evening to family that we had.
I don't know at those angle where you get to say you come out. I mean, but now this time you meet me the rub me mouth pound. Uganda, they are pretty sure they get answer Gigi Snow. But when we get answer Gigi Snow, we all know say they rig the election at Uganda, then they beat them, they intimidate them, and jail them, and all of them things. Then they were not different at all. In fact, we all look worst, except the news miss me at the repeat them. But I'm not conscious say they kill person at Uganda for this election, but they kill for we. Except if I miss them. You have to correct me.
Well, I don't, miss Sam. So the situation are that we as Sierra Leoneans, we always, I don't know why we always think to say, people for offer we be destiny na a silver plate. That's now one bad mentality what we get because we develop this mentality of dependency. We make even for waiting important to we not able for talk, but we rather they wait for let with man come, somebody for come meet we say, oh can get. So now like we not get confidence in ourselves. We not think to say for do anything for ourselves, no nothing. So when you look at the Bobby Wine,
I mean, in my opinion, I think say this war again our country. Now you can make we get this attitude. From where the war then can help we now for faith. Now we begin international community from that time to now. Anything will happen to international community, but we're not able to do anything for ourselves. I don't know. Maybe I exaggerate something.
I don't think say it's about the war. I don't think it's not just the war.
Now so be there before the war?
Yes, so we don't. From the time of Shaka Stephen in term, we don't go into a state of stoic silence, a state in which people are afraid for talk. When they want for talk, pass and talk after.
I agree. But then thing in the we been the call say international community unakao I'm not tongue short so.
No, then saying that they will not be. There was the idea of international community intervention not be actually in Sierra Leone. Will not be able to think of that down the line there. So what can happen now during the war? One of the problem I go agree with you say the situation heightened during the war. The attitude now finally, it just finally like a close with the work by people them during the war, at the end of the war. Because the two happen at the end of the war that we get lots and lots of NGOs that will come into the country. And most of the NGOs that will come into the country, they come into the country and they strengthen the idea of dependency, of people depending on them. You will find out a lot of things can change them. So, for example, even the ability for Sierra Leoneans and for sit down in country and take actions, economic actions, we not do them. Because if, let's say, for example, if you go down now to some people and say, okay, well, we can't for train few people in there, so we're willing for land, how for do videography, how for you or do photography, where they can train them and give them. You will see them go take picking them or people them way they don't actually get that interest on that thing. Whether they can't tell us waiting program don't come. Now for kite money. And then they will come, and even if you take equipment you left and give them, they're not going to do nothing with that. Sometimes after you go down train 4, 5, 6 communities, then you get 1 or 2 people where you can't do that thing. Because we're not able for put the right kind of understanding into what we they do, and we're not able for move just for what we want. So NGOs themselves and they help we for be more and more dependent on them. So that particular spirit of dependency and also spread that we country that we feel to say pass for anything, pass people and come now we aid. The same thing happened with we economy. We just feel to say, well, Sierra Leone is not in a state in which we can do everything for ourselves. So in everything, pass then give we aid or then give we grants before we move. In as much as we get a powerful, we get a country where we go able for raise tax and do things them and do a lot of things them for ourselves, we still they refuse for do. Sierra Leone are the only country where politicians they make excuse for people them. Hey, no, we people them poor. Not tell them for do this. Hey, no, if you go down no, then people they don't get. People are where they eat, then they wear fine clothes, then they take transport every day, they get money for buy drugs, they get money for buy rum, they get money for this, they get money for that. When it comes to putting financial burden on them for them to do, they're not the do it. Take for example again. Marketuma them, if you go to some marketplace, you say, okay, I want the marketuma there for do things, we want for do something there. Let the marketuma they all pay 10,000 leons. The old leons, 10,000. Or 10 leons, new leons. Then they grumble back. But when they sell, then they make profits past 10,000 per day. Inside the way they call it, they lie pound. No, money, no, they're not able. We're not able. No, 10,000 to Boku. Let them make them 5,000. We don't gain at that position wherein we don't value ourselves. We don't value side with it. We don't value what we do. We don't value our own future. Because if you put value by your future, you know what sit down and say, I dey wait for somebody for can give me the future. So if you look at Uganda, you find out that the people in East Africa, in general, they don't sit down and wait for people. Look what happened at Kenya, the Gen Z demonstration. We have been waiting for people to come. No, did they kill people? Yes, people died. What's their name again? The president of Kenya, was he kicked out? No, he wasn't kicked out. But what happened? It led to a change. It led to a change in that particular budget was not passed again, and many steps where they want for take, waiting for just empower foreigners and country. For example, the IMF and World Bank, those steps were not taken. Most recently, we see the Kenyan president presenting building them housing structures them to new set of people them, where they go where don't get housing. We see an increase in investment in technology and all of them thing and day. But we in Sierra Leone, when it comes to we, the small thing go say, hey, no, me not go die for nobody. Oh no, me not go do this for nobody. No, una not do am. Let them go na street then go do am. And you don't go die for this.
You know they talking about.
So exactly. So the people are now government and people that will not care for you. They are not now empowered.
Okay.
And then America not go listen to we. You don't make America not go listen to we. Make I tell you this.
We get divided voices.
You look at Marabio in regime. You will find out, say, in as much as the international community they work with and they recognize them, but you will find out then the downplay them. You understand what I mean? The downplay them. It facing small obstacles them where naturally, these are not the obstacles that we're for facing.
So in
But
other
the
words,
facing
then they
obstacles
work with
that
them because now in we left
Yes.
day. But that
Yes.
full recognition enable forget them.
Exactly, yes. Now the
Okay.
right way you explain that so.
All
And they
right,
work
so-
with them because now we don't left day. If at that time of the election,
Not only
Yeah,
at
you
that
mean-
time, if at any point we choose for take action,
no, yes, but make I go back at that time. I just want to go back to when the problem begin.
okay,
If at that time of the elections, people are not common at all, like a 1 week and say, "Madam, you will not want to believe it or not." You get me? There are, for example, there are NATO laws. The NATO law where they use for go Libya, they empower Britain because and then how we call them colonial masters. You get me? That's to empower them for acts on we behalf. You know, and also that's to empower them for push country like Nigeria, where they lead the ECOWAS at that time, for push Nigeria and Ghana for acts, because when you go on for acts in Sierra Leone, Nigeria they for pull the aid because then are the big border at the region. You understand me? So that's for make them push them for act, and that means for don't make ECOWAS for don't actually come and not act. Let me say after that, let me say that tripartite thing. If we don't take that advantage back and say no, this thing so if we stop this thing for happen, we don't come on at it. Okay, people able for come. Not only come on at it safe. You remember when they call for sit at home?
well, I
If
do have
Sierra
just one for
Leoneans,
you.
we don't
soon.
say-
So for me,
Yes,
now
if
two
Sierra
things.
Leoneans we don't say
One,
We
with
dey sit at
dependency, and two, with divided voices. The minute where we're
Exactly.
not able for day together, then I very big problem. We come back to you just now after. Let's just bring in we guests quickly. And that again gets to do with every other thing. Family members them, for long term, for 1 or 2 other months, we don't get divided voice as well. Even I also. With regards me and my brother for long time we also don't sit down, they observe certain things them, but family members them this Sunday without fail, by the grace of God, without any any other whether sick or other things, then it go there so and it go starting program full one, because that now waiting God wants, and now waiting we don't actually resolve to, so that now waiting we just want for let say Sunday a go there so full one, complete one, with a mind and soul, in body and arts and everything, for we can continue usai we actually stop. So we just want for let una know that one day. If that be the case, I want for bring in Abdulai Bayraytay quickly inside the program. Welcome to the show, Abdulai Bayraytay, former spokesman for Honest Baykuma.
Thank you very much, Sengbe Pierre. And Arthur Pratt, it's always a pleasure seeing you on this platform. And family, and where they watch or listen, I extend my greetings to Ina. And I look forward to the Sunday, because you just don't give me the good news that you and your brother, my God in your power, on Sunday, when I will come back, let us begin enjoy this program more and more.
By God in power, by God in power. All right. So anyway, welcome again.
Thank you.
Okay, so let we start the ball rolling, Abdulai Bayraytay. A lot of issues them don't they go on in the country. Amongst them gets to do with the Constitution of Salon, the 1991 Constitution. Some things then they inside this Constitution where they actually want for make a change. They then change something, they make some adjustment for make a really look fine. And normally, by the nationalistic point of view, when then they touch anything inside the Constitution, it will be in the interest of the country and the people. It's not supposed to be for any individual, any president, or any political party. Because from example, we don't see say anytime we certain people they make law and they end up for commot, that law they come back, it turn for them better one. So we suppose as a nation for to learn a lot from the past and see how we can able for use this particular process for let it be process where nobody no go cry, where nobody no go use them at your advantage against the other person. So and government to other people and don't they call say let this process here where they go on so right now let it be say if for they in the interest of the country and let nobody not politicize them. Now that's not the call of people them. So in your own opinion, how you view the process where we dey on will lead we to us we dey so right now.
Thank you very much, Senator Pierre. And you start this conversation on a very sound footing because I can always say constitutions are made for the governance of the state. And we all live by constitutions. But the constitution should be what the people say it is. And that make in a democracy, whether na a parliamentary system of governance or na a presidential system or a combination of both, what you call quasi-presidential, all the issues them, the laws them wey dem dey use to govern the state, na dem put in wetin we call the document say the constitution. Just like any club wey you choose to go, then they develop bylaws them wey dem dey use for prevent one person for get enormous powers them for let it not become a dictator. In essence, the constitution for able guide people them wey they entrust with the destiny of the country for make sure say they not abuse the powers them wey they entrust them with in what you call delegated responsibility. Now, a lot of people they read about 1991 constitution, but who people that they read about say they want to change the constitution. But the issue for change with constitution, it come from the TRC reports. Because of the war we don't go through, one of the key recommendations and where they make now the TRC now that if Sierra Leone gets an opportunity for revisit the 1991 constitution for let it come into modern times and stand the test of time, they say as a country, as a people, we for revisit them. So with that, now that make Ahmad Tijan Kaba of blessed memory, it starts the process, then it not being able done am, APC come, and as well Kurumate come, then the person wey be appoint na the late Edmund Cowan. I remember the start of that process they be make me for that be like the spokesperson for the committee. But I realized say I also did at the office of government spokesman and there will be some potential conflict of interest. So what I do, I recuse myself from the process. I can only invite people and now at the press conference so that they can talk about it. So if today APC don't do so much, say Edmund Cowan of blessed memory, he passed away, we're not able to get the new constitution. Now that we don't get the SLPP, then they move forward with this process. The first thing I want for entreat anybody, whether you're a constitutional expert, whether you're a political scientist, whether you're a civil activist, you know they try for amend a constitution for benefit any set of people, any political party, but rather it for be in the interest of the people. Now that make any constitution in power is derived from the people. And therefore, when you are doing any amendments, the centerpiece should be the best interest of the people, and the people must be involved. So if you ask me so far, Usa we dey, I go say I don't hear different divergent views and opinions about these proposed amendments that we they want to do, from lawyers them, from civil society, from people that way, then can just hear it and can't talk about the constitution. But we get a very key provision now in Constitution, when our section 108, we establish the foundation under which then they able for amend the Constitution, we then give Parliament the power for do that, But parliament by itself no dey just sit down and do am, because the constitution is divided into two aspects. You get what you call the ordinary provisions, and you get what you call the entrenched clauses. So their entrenched clauses dem dey, and their ordinary provisions dem dey. We no dey blend the two, because each one gets wetin e address na the constitution. But so far, from people dem wey even critical of this current government, the conversation wey happen na parliament, dem commend am for say it was civil, e no come with cuscas, and that people lis ten to each other. I think say that spirit say na even provide some of we the encouragement further, for then we can talk about wetin na this whole thing about the changing or the amendment of a constitution, but with a very deep concern that whatever we try to amend in the 1991 constitution, it should be within the derivation of the power of the people. The reason being, if political parties, whether the current government or the opposition, if they connive for put in things them wey no dey serve the best interests of the people them, then that is like a coup against the people of Sierra Leone. And that is why some of us, from a civil society lens, from a political lens, from also somebody we believe in peace building, because not forget say the whole rationale behind having a constitution is to make sure there is no survival of the fittest in a democracy, but rather we should go by the rules of the game as provided for in the constitution.
Ato, good.
Yes. I think to say we're on the right track. You know, when I talk about this constitution change, I've been cite a question where Marcella asked, what I think to say now a very important question we all for answer. You know, the people that we framed the 1991 constitution, Dr. Abdulai counted them, and all the rest women involved in the framing of that constitution, they framed that constitution with questions in mind. You know, they have questions, there were problems where they may actually want for solve. Now it make them increase that constitution. One of them problem then they now been for ensure say Sierra Leone become a multi-party democratic state, you know, and also for ensure say they open the gates for other political parties them for participate, and for ensure say the election, the democratic election that will go happen in such form and manner in which it go able for look at and solve issues them related to ethnicity, region, and all of them things, and they will not say go characterize with democracy. That was why that 1991 constitution was framed. In as much as that constitution is not a perfect document, but it has been a document that has taken us like 20 more years, going to 30 years now down the line. So if we want for change aspect of that constitution, I think to say answering that question, why do we want to change this aspect of the constitution, or why do we want to change this entire constitution is very, very important. What problems will this solve? Why am I saying all of this? I say this because we see today that certain aspect of the reforms when they put forward, just like waiting Abdulai Bayraytay they say. Now, Abdulai Bayraytay they make a statement, they point towards the fact that people not for change constitution just for deal with their own personal or greedy political gains. When you tamper with a constitution, you want for settle a situation a nation will go make the nation be progressive and peaceful over a long period of time. You know, something where rhyme with the times and the seasons and all of that. But we begin for say within this particular constitution review where they go on, there are aspects of there are areas them, and there are aspects of this review where seem for the design them in ways where it seem for creating more problem than answering or settling certain problem. So one of the things when we don't ask the last time now I don't not talk to you every time he puts that question. I put that out to you. Why we not see like a complete review of the entire constitution, but we dey see half pocket review of certain section? Why is it now they bring forward just this section that has to do with electioneering and left other aspects of the constitution review behind?
Thank you, Arthur. Well, a constitution, they overhaul am. You know, go say everything in the 1991 constitution is ugly. There are certain things in the constitution where they're solid. For instance, I can give you an example. The 1991 constitution is modeled on what you call the presidential type of governance. We give we what you call separation of powers. We be say before 1991, the 1978 one party constitution, a model on a parliamentary system of governance, whereby for let they even appoint you for be a minister, you get for don't contest first, you then a parliament. Now from parliament, then they go draw people them, then can't put them, then be minister. So that then are what you call fusion of powers. In this constitution, 1991, you cannot be a member of parliament and also be a member na the executive branch, which means you cannot be a minister. If you didn't have parliament, they appoint you for be minister, you get for resign your position at parliament, then go do a by-election, who say you contest in the case of a first past the post. But in the PR system how they operate, then they just go to the list, the person where they closest to you, where the party submit, now they replace you in a parliament. So that's now one unique thing about we own Constitution 1991. So that is a fine provision. Now that make one provision we no dey right now. I see an aspect of fusion of powers in the 1991 Constitution. Let's take the position of the Minister of Justice and Attorney General. You na Minister of Justice, the political head of the judiciary, but you dey also sit on a cabinet as a member of being by virtue of you being a minister. That in itself don't create an aspect of fusion. Then also, now that make this new amendments the way that they make, some of us they look forward for let them separate the office of Minister of Justice and Attorney General. So that the Minister of Justice will focus on the political aspect, then the Attorney General will be the people's attorney. Then are the lawyer for the people then. So the 1991 Constitution is not distinguish between Attorney General and Minister of Justice, then give it to one person. So that give a semblance of fusion of powers. But in this new amendments now, one of the things which some of us they call for is they should separate the office of Minister of Justice and that of the Attorney General. And also, there are certain aspects that this constitution way nice as well. For instance, then will tell you, say, before you be a member of parliament, if you go look section 76, 77, then they tell you, say, you get for make sure, say, you reach a certain age, then put like basic criteria. So you don't, while as in 1978, one party, you dey see them, they appoint somebody, they go to parliament, English self, you know, sabi talk. Then we know say, up to this point, English na the official language, now parliament. So now that make them say, you for be at least 18 years of age, then also you for able to talk and write English. So you see some aspects in the constitution is nice. But there are certain areas, like you say, Arthur, we need a robust overhaul. But when you do them, you get for do them in such a way that it is inclusive and not to serve a particular entity or a particular political party. The moment you do that, and I can give you an example, a member, I be small, where Samuel T. Magai passed away in 1964. A half brother, Sir Albert Magai, na him succeed am. He make an attempt to come with a one-party state bill. It not been succeed. Wetin happen now? After the elections, eventually down the road, Sheikh Stephen came with the 1978 one-party constitution, one-party state. So the same thing where SLPPP one do, they not succeed. APC end up for car with am. So when dem wan grumble, let's say, but una be attempt for can do am, una not succeed. Well, who don't can do am now? So all man can join. When the country collapse, you get what you call collective responsibility. That make in me premise is no constitutional amendment should be done without the primacy being on the people and not to satisfy or be vengeful. Look like this 1991 constitution. Something they if you go to section 53, the powers the way they give the president. Now, virtually they appoint everybody, everything they come to them. It is like we have a demigod in our country as a president, and we're not in an oligarchy state where you get something now a monarchy, you just come like we have a lot. No, we don't pass that stage there. So these are some of the things when they look at the 1991 constitution, waiting there inside what we think say a no day again in vogue, you know they work again in the best instead of Sierra Leone. I will give you another example at the Pratt. Look at the controversial issue of the sacking of Sam Sumana. Before they sack him, they pull am force na the party, then drive am. And the Constitution 1991 say, for lay you belong, you dey into governance, you for belong to a political party. So when they pull am, na the tendency say it don't lost a membership na the party, then use that day as a basis now for drive am. So the challenge that we'll get, this new constitution, we including the PRO been do 2023. All the people and with them been there as independent candidates then we end up for lose them because we not make provision for independent candidates them. And some of us want to see that in this amendments them, we will make provision for that so that if somebody can and not believe in the philosophy of the APC, and not believe in the philosophy of the SLPP, but genuinely a desire for calm, deal with the people, let me want serve the country. Why they not forget the opportunity for go parliament as an independent and also run as an independent presidential candidate? So we have golden opportunities here. Just like how the proposal where then wire puts na this constitution, the SLPP, then want even where then they appoint the chief electoral commissioner, they say them for do nominations. The Bar Association, the Interreligious Council, the Labour Congress, civil society. But outside them boil the soup, they say them people and they now the president back for appoint them. Then let you don't give the cow, then you still hold the rope. Left their institutions and they made them meet at their own level, made them nominate somebody where they no say, go represent for nominate somebody for be the chief electoral commissioner, so that to remove the presidency and because maybe the president can be a beneficiary for letting go appoint. Now we say one go for a second term, then in Naimbang they go appoint the people and for can't choose an electoral commissioner. That is a potential conflict of interest.
All right, so because that's now been a point where I just want to ask you because when they look at the issues then with a conflict of interest because that is also for me that is also the issue of the clerk of parliament. I've always been wondering why does this have to be the president where they choose the clerk of parliament, whether they don't already give the executive a foothold into parliament where we could get the kind we'd always get the kind of parliament where we get so at the end of the day. Why we not come with another module in which probably when after the elections, parliaments forget the power. People will win the elections, so have been declared the majority. They forget the ability, like how they do in America and the United States. They forget that ability for come together, employ their young people, especially the clerk of parliament.
That's a very good point. A very good point you raise. Now we use a typical example with Paran Tarawali, the former clerk of parliament.
Yeah.
If not to be mother be your appointer, if not be from the civil service he come on, a career civil servant, where we know say some of the characteristics of being a professional civil servant is you for be non-partisan, you for be professional, and you are serving the state, not to party interest. So we all don't see videos and where they come out, where Paran Tarawali they boast how he manipulates he able make for the SLPP get a majority na parliament. But if na being career civil servant, even when he be employed in WEF, the civil servant for Olam accountable. But when they carry the matter go to the ACC say no to the appoint the man, now president get for take the decision. So all what they do, then just pull am quite one with no accountability of what he do. They say he don't pay back to the state. Then the next thing, the same political party, they go compensate him, they make a secretary general. So you can see what you call the dysfunctionality of the state in a democracy. So these are all areas we call the lacunas in the way we manage our affairs in our country. That was a very classic example.
All right. One more thing, one more example for Duron, because you already also don't speak about when a career civil service. I'm not ever able for to come up with these are the first step, because you suddenly speak to Toram and then I suddenly my attention draw to the fact that before now we been get most of we ambassadors then, from civil servants, and these are career civil servants then we they nominate for aligned to a political party for you for become an ambassador for Sierra Leone. And I'm sure that even in other countries, even though you get people and say, okay, well, then I'm a member of these parties, but having people way, these are people that would pursue professional career can be very, very important in when it comes to development, national development and all of that. Do you think well, it's not even whether you think of it. How would we get government for be willing for ensure that at some point we're able for break between political influence and national influence? How do we get our constitution to ensure that these things actually happen at the end of the day, so that at some point when you look at the judiciary, you look at the civil service, you understand that we begin to get people who are not politically aligned rather than people who are politically aligned, thereby fostering corruption and all of these things?
I thought that side, the appointments of ambassadors, the appointments of ministers, the appointments, then their appointments, and in particular, they put another current constitution. I think, if I'm not mistaken, is section 53. Now, the prerogative of the president. The president can work and at it, he meet somebody in a court in three. He say, you, I don't see you, face familiar. You know what thing? Come, they can't make you minister. All within the president, they do where he nominate according to the provisions in the 1991 constitution, including the appointment of ambassadors. They must go through parliament, now the parliamentary committee for approvals on appointments. Now there they go vet you, then they present you now to the house. That is the way it works right now. So if we're not okay with that, then what do we come uniquely in the constitution? That is very, very important for me. Because as I say, we all live by constitutions. But the constitution is what the people say it is. Now that make one problem I get with the current thing, where I see them go present the parliament a holistic document where the Minister of Justice and Attorney General say amendments of the 1991 Constitution. The one thing where it failed for distinguish is in the Constitution, we get what you call ordinary provisions and we get entrenched clauses. And the entrenched clauses, them, not to parliament, nobody go debate them because they are not ordinary. And what are these entrenched clauses? You get like anything we get for the judiciary, the executive, and if you go to chapter 3, we get what you call the fundamental human rights. All of this should be subjected to a referendum. So you distinguish them. You cannot just go blend ordinary provisions and entrenched clauses. You say you go to the people there, make them go choose yes or no. You don't do it that way. The entrenched clauses must be, because not forget, the entrenched clauses them now constitution. Now the only thing that we be say we then go through a referendum, they not need presidential assent. Now just parliament and the people them, which is the supreme authority in the state, now then get that power there. So that is the way the constitution is right now. So that is where some of us will come to entreat. If these are some kind inadvertent ways they don't pay attention to them, I am not a constitutional lawyer, but at least the little law that I read and the constitution that I am very conversant with, these are something will draw attention to the people them where they in particularly in a parliament. Make them pay attention. Because not forget, say, any law when they pass without parliament in consent, after they don't go through the procedures, it constitutes an act of treason. People should also know that because it is in our constitution.
Now, when you don't talk about this entrenched clause and non-entrenched clause in these documents, this document entitled "Amendment of the Constitution of Sierra Leone," is there any section in it that is an entrenched clause? Any side way you say this one an entrenched clause this way, they not me for involve and they.
What they then do is then just take the ordinary provisions then they can blend all things with the entrenched clauses then. And what's in an entrenched clause? An entrenched clause simply means in law, it is not something you can tamper with. Not even parliament gets that power. It must go through the Rubicon of the people. The people who for able go will explain to the people then, especially chapter 3, we get for do with the fundamental human rights. Because that fundamental human rights then get something for do with treaties them and covenants them with Sierra Leone a party to. For instance, the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Where you go look at, you get Article 19, we get for do with Section 25 of our Constitution. It is like then just go import Article 19 in the 1948 Universal Declaration of Human Rights, then bring them, then modify them, then put them in Section 25 of our 1991 Constitution. So those are things about freedom of speech, freedom of association, the right to life. They call them the fundamental human rights, entrenched clauses. You cannot tamper with them without a referendum. The second one is if you want for say the powers of the president, the executive are enormous. Because for country, president and they appoint this, and they do almost everything. How can you even you say the police therefore be neutral and independent? But in our constitution, it is very clear that the vice president is the chairman of the police council. So you can see where power lies. How do we reduce the powers of the executive and give them to institutions in our country so that the people they matter? So that don't forget, say even the president in a democracy, like where President Bio been violates the procedure for remove Lara Telopias, then when he violates Section 150, where he will set up the commissions of inquiry, where he can have power. In a serious democracy, we not to a fledgling one, therefore declare in actions ultra vires. And we then declare them ultra vires, which means beyond the scope of power given you, Parliament for able summon them for legal answer to them. But that didn't happen in our country. So you see, our democracy, as old as our 1991 constitution, it therefore give all the indications that we need to revisit certain areas them for make sure say one, we limit the powers of the president and that the president should also be accountable in the state so that in the situation where he abuse empowers them, he also for be held accountable. Because not forget say AV in principle on democracy, good governance, and the rule of law is that nobody should be seen to be above the law. Everybody is equal in the eyes of the law, including members of the judiciary. Now that makes the independence of the judiciary is one of the areas them where the entrenched clause is there now that the president or they just sleep overnight is sack members of the judiciary because that's an independence because section 124 of the constitution as it is in 1991 it gives the judiciary, particularly the Supreme Court, the power for interpret the law and for provide provisions when there are contentious issues. So these are all the way. But the bottom line in all what they do so is to ensure that we promote good governance, democracy, and the rule of law. And of course, the people should be at the heart of whatever constitutional amendments we are making. In the absence of that, we will create terrors hiding under the cloak of a democracy, hiding under the provisions of a constitution, who will exploit whatever lacunas are in the constitution for propel their hidden agenda, because we don't have accountable way to hold them to account for whatever they are doing when they violate the constitution.
So which means if we are to get a constitution, we go solve a problem. One of the most important thing for be done right now for ensure that the relationship between the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature be completely severed, then become completely independent by making sure that we get an attorney general that probably should be elected, not appointed by the president, and who has no relationship with the executive at all. And we have a parliament wherein the clerk of parliament is simply appointed by probably the majority house in parliament, or a team of people between the majority and the minority house in parliament. Let's say a team of parliamentarians that ensure that they have somebody who is professional enough, thereby ensuring that the government not take over. Because the fact of the matter, all what you say so now, we see them in Sierra Leone, and for example, nobody know the way before call on President Bill, say, President Bill, you been violate the constitution. And not at any time in Sierra Leone, from when we born, when we get sense, not at any time in Sierra Leone, we don't see any time where probably the parliament or even the attorney general get the guts or the courtesy for say, no, the presidents don't violate the constitution. Therefore, for call and can a parliament, let parliament can, let can they responsible as to why it do, waiting it do, all of that. We not ever see that kind of situation the situation they happen. But let me ask you this question here. Is there a political will for that now? That's now one. And secondly, before saying Kaiser also see if you can answer the question. We now you been work with Yanis Bayraytay government as to why didn't the Yanis Bayraytay government completed this process? Why did they leave this process for
So
this party?
as if you be
When full
done
one-
this semi heart to jog all this time for asking
Oh.
question. We've been
I
asked
would
question
say
is so we don't ask
wetin
one thing, but I think say a nice way answer him again.
Waiting
right.
me know,
Yes.
to the best of my knowledge, and also when I've been get conversations with the former Minister of Justice and Attorney General JFK, now that the process been there in the state, and they do a lot of consultations, and then consultations and they not be done completed. And the unique thing we been do, we make sure say APC, SLPP, because now the two dominant parties in a parliament, then get equal representation. That na one. Then the other parties, then we not even the parliament, will make sure say their voices are heard and get representation. So there will be independent consultations and we don't go all over the country, because as I've been saying, the secretariat been in the Miata conference. Now a civil servant, now in the second day, one Mr. Sheku, now in been did who remove himself, who recuse himself now the political class, so that we no go give any semblance say we they try for influence anything. But them be end up can catch up with three elections and they come, etc. Then they make it not make. Just like how Tijan Kaba genuinely it been starts the process, but it not been get enough time, it pass on to we. So now that make we they give the support now to this current SLPP government, so that we pull party politics by a constitution. No, we do it with all sincerity at the back of our minds and say 1991 constitution, it don't take. Things then don't change. No, we can now with this constitution, where we go serve with people them, where they go beyond party politics. So, because at the end of the day, if them back with time, they're not able to do them, pass with 2028 come, APC come back, we can't start back the process. We'll continue the process. So this is an opportunity. I think, say, we, the opposition, we for come and support the current government, for let we get this constitution right with sincerity, with no ulterior motive, but rather we do it for the sake of Roma Sierra Leone.
All right, continue for the week inside the program. The program now we are on YouTube and on Facebook, and we get Abdulai Bayraytay with the between inside the program this evening. They help we follow we understand, the issues them we surround this, constitutional amendment where they go on so right now inside the country. And Abdulai Bayraytay, you talk about something. I know say you just to tell me about Fidjal Kamara. But 11 years in governance, amongst the things that we Ernest Bai Koroma been promised, now this separation of power, the Attorney General and Minister of Justice. Now, enough time not been there, or one for consider that they has failed in a manifesto promise, because that's for the priority for make sure say a divide this office since a boast of before it come na power.
What me will say about that is, he make that as a promise, then we consult the legal and judicial commission. Now, NSA not to them for do it will be as part of the constitutional recommendations. So that was there in what we left key SL people. So now that make I know you read that they talk about that one day that much in all the debates and what they read. So now that make me bring them up today so that made them know say that recommendation is very key if we want for promote to democracy in our country.
You may talk about the removal of the vice president. Of course, the method way una be used as by the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991. This not the same to the parliamentary, to member of parliament. The minute where you lost your membership, now your political party, they get right for actually pull you na that position there. This applied to the president and it be applied to the vice president, right? So in this constitutional amendment, waiting add on the year, please something not get it right. Now the fact say now then they give the power to parliament for lay in remove vice president. You think say this one
Parliament even get the right for remove the president.
Yes, they get a right by this constitution where they not ever use, they not ever they go near that one day. But now the vice president in yon don't come down to parliament and not been there before.
So now we'll get the debate in this now this. If we talk from the lens of say power is derived from the people, the question for me, maybe this is for constitutional experts, whether in a presidential elections, the president, the requirement is if we name somebody as a running mate. The question, are they elected together or not just the president that they vote for? If not just the president, so these are some of the questions for me, hypothetical as they may be, but these are very serious issues.
Because it only day in the practice, but a not day na the documents in them to the vote for.
So in that situation, then the question come again: the president get the right when he in a power. If he ain't vice president and get chamot, if for saka, if they sack him, because not forget say for pull the president, a day now constitution, the procedure then one. If they're able to establish, say, again, mental health challenge, you're able to perform in duties again, then therefore make sure, say, they constitute a panel where they review them. The same things apply to the vice president. So then the question for me is, can the president just maybe, because me and a vice president, know they see eye to eye, if we're able to drive just like that? Where is the committee will forget as an oversight, but also make sure say the president's not abusing powers. So these are all issues that will for come and debate for let we make our democracy better.
So going back to this issue of the vice president and the rights where parliament gets, where they don't clearly spell it out in this amendment where they go with so say parliament can remove them. This brings me to the issue of the auditor general. We all know say na parliament in baby. Na parliament actually then they take the last step for remove them, just like the vice president as the can go now, or the president as the case may be. But we see the influence where the executive arm of government gets over the legislative arm of government. They use that one day with other kind of yuki business between both political parties inside the House of Parliament for remove the Auditor General. How safe this could be for sure say because the president not gladdy with the vice president, the parliament go able for stand up independently and say no, this not get reason for we pull am, but if for stay.
Well, this come back to waiting Mother Bio not been go through. In it go suspend the human right away. The provision of the Audit Service Act say when the auditor general or anybody falter by anything on anything, therefore gets first a referral to the tribunal, and the tribunal they go, they do the investigations, they recommend. They just come, you can't suspend them just like that. If not serious parliament to get, therefore bring the president for go answer to the parliament. But that didn't happen. So the question now is, if the Auditor General investigates Parliament, just like how Tawa and Parande go publicly, then they are the same political party, they say there is massive corruption. None of the current deputy speaker is say corruption in a parliament. Then law will say the Auditor General pick them up. Then law will say the executive in party na in get the majority in a parliament. Then which means the Auditor General they are at the mercy of the President and Parliament. Because it is oversight, even though Parliament get the right, according to the 1991 Constitution, for let them call heads of parastatals and for who give them stewardship. But when it comes to them kind issues, they say for pull somebody where they play an important role for promote accountability in the country, we forget devised mechanisms them on the procedures them. But again, not everything can be in the Constitution. I want to make that very clear. We'll get what you call the Auditor General Act. Okay? Some of them things they can be there so that we will get this oversight. We will be make it very difficult for let even the president interfere in the actions, even though the Auditor General in office is being financed from the Consolidated Revenue Fund. And the Consolidated Revenue Fund is not a personalized one, it's the government. So for able to make sure say, law will learn lesson from the Lara Taylor Pierce in Saga, so that we not go continue that kind of thing in there.
Beaucoup less in the way we for land, away from the Lara in issue, but is still inside the House of Parliament. We don't talk about separation of power. Now we get the three arms of government. We're supposed for work independently. But look what in the laws say. How the arm they also go work independently when the president they appoints different heads them of them placed there. The parliament, the clerk, the judiciary, the chief justice. How separation go exist with this kind of, and where the president and they appoint the head, not a hypocrisy that's.
Well, I know we'll call them hypocrisy. The reason being, even the country them where we model with constitution, it gets that thing about accountability. Waiting at this accountability. Even though you, the president, you nominate somebody for the chief justice, for instance, Parliament for still play in oversight role for do the approval. That don't tell you say the president cannot just sit down and do it. Now that make them the same 1991 constitution. They also constrain the president say you know go just sleep overnight. You go sack the chief justice and other judges them. because they get what you call tenure of office.
Oh, hold on, sorry. Make this clear for me. So now, in as much as the president and they appoint, and not get that kind of free will like I go just grab and sack a minister, but rather for sack the chief justice, you get procedures we for go through.
Oh yes, you
But
cannot
we don't
just
ever see that to happen. Then behind the scene, pressure, pass we you want money, then say the chief justice they go on leave or it don't retire. You know, going back to the House of Parliament, for example, this speaker where we just saw it also. They all fight, whether somebody want for Sam or not, they all fight for let the speaker actually come out and go leave. Now the fact say he and the president in appointee when apparent the clerk by them begin get issue with regards appointment, no appointment. We still say the speaker begins talk true to power, na the well of parliament, and then the next thing we hear, the speaker they go on leave. Why that's they happen? Now, the speaker not to the president they appoint them, but political interference, executive involvement within the political parties then they campaign to themselves and actually say, okay, this one now go on for be the speaker. So the minute where the political party, the executive arm don't interfere, don't involve that particular suggestion they for that person they go to parliament and then it become, the speaker of parliament, automatically it don't become answerable to that. You think say we for look at waiting we for do for make we not get any involvement, political party and the executive arm in the speaker appointment in as much as now vote and go vote for him?
Well,
Sir, just a moment. Bayraytay, just a moment. Sir, Pierre make a strong point where I also want to bring to you the fact that one of the things we may observe in Sierra Leone, that the fact that we not criminalize certain interference into certain structures and into certain processes. Because we within at the West, if you look at how certain processes they go, if certain kind of influence become more visible, those influences can be criminalized. You can say it's a criminal act, that's it normally for happen. So it gets a strict procedure way for. But that's just one thing we are just want for bring up to with knowledge in this discussion. Also citing the fact here, reinforcing the fact that we also actually not get. I've been thinking about it. Not get respect for tenure of office. We not get like somebody who will say no. Me tenure na 5 years. Any tweet you do, like we see most recently. This guy in America now also within the finance system now we refuse for go with Trump. They put him behind and say another move, and the matter was taken to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court say yes, Trump not get right for remove you come out of the seat. No matter how the pressure come, I'm not moving. This is me. This is my position. I'm going to sit down until my tenure end. Because when you look at, we got some of the youngest chief justices that we don't left with. Take Babatunde. Babatunde tenure not done. People are just left because government changed and because sometimes the president don't favor you no more.
Well, when it comes to that is, how can we make our systems better? To me, that is very key. And I want to repeat what I emphasize here. How do we make sure that when they elect you, you'll be the custodian of power? How do we make sure you don't abuse that power and go scot-free? How do we make sure we hold you accountable? To me, that make even parliament. We get people them way. I don't want to tell you say the current parliament is a terrible one. But we get people them way supposed to be with absolute integrity and therefore man with state institutions them, including the presidency. How for even make sure say if I can even broaden the debate, how will make sure say Ministry of Finance not will just sneak and go put money in a bank of Sierra Leone say the president can use them however I want for travel. How for make sure say we limit the president for the travel them, wasteful travel them, we cap no day. How will make sure say if president want go na certain part, if we put budget for travel, then if he want pass that amount there, we for make sure say we get a parliament with integrity where they play the oversight to say no, for let you go, Mr. President, we need for vet which you they go for, which you they can with we as a country. We will need to get those oversights. If we not get them, you can get the best of documents where you go produce. But who are the people who implement the document? Now, we are human beings. Now, that make a member waiting Obama been talk at one point. He said we don't need physically strong people for govern states, particularly fledgling democracies in Africa. But rather, we need people them, we need state institutions and we're strong. But the downside of that argument is institutions now people them with integrity where they come. If you can't tell me, say, me na Inspector General of Police, I for go arrest the opposition and put them in jail, I for able to tell Mr. President, say, sorry, I will not do that because one, we don't even have a warrant of arrest for this man to establish waiting in crime. So we should have those oversights for all people them accountable. Because if we don't get that, trust me, we can get the best of a constitution, but it is people who are implementing this constitution. And if we cannot implement it with integrity, with the country at heart, it will just be another fine English and literature we'll put in writing. So we should have those oversights, how to hold people accountable.
So, considering the process where you go now, do you think that we get the political willingness for get the best of this process?
To be honest, Arthur Pratt, I see people way very critical of this current government. They come out publicly, they say they want to express some satisfaction with the decency with which then they discuss these amendments, the parliament in particular. And that so far, then say it is like bringing all those nuances for let we get a better constitution. So with that, that make I also see a space where people them we care about good governance of our country, people them we care about democracy and the rule of law, people them we care about accountability, then they come and articulate and bring out publicly the issues they will call the lacunas in the debate. So if only the government not get any hidden agenda, they're able to take all this into consideration. For instance, this thing we then go put in our constitution say proportional representation we then want legislate. It is just wrong. It's wrong in the eyes of people because they do a consultation. 59.6% of the interreligious council people and we then consult / all the media people them, they say they prefer the first past the post. Then 30%, 30 point something, I think 30.5%, according to a release where the National Elections Watch issue sometime in July 2025, they say 30% they favor the hybrid model. That is to bring in an aspect of proportional representation, then will bring an aspect of first past the post. The list, which is about 10%, now first past the post. So if like a government will listen, why would they even want to include first past the post again in this amendment and say the PR rather for say 901 for go with? So that is wrong. And not forget, say, look like now. When they talk about this constitution, the entrenched clauses them, if it involve a referendum. And a referendum, people then get for go and meet people and explain to them. So then members of parliament they will come na parliament through proportional representation, waiting at their constituency. They no get, while as then kind crucial moments there, if they represent a constituency through the first past the post, you go able to go na a constituency, you go explain to the people them for say they want change this constitution certain parts so, but now so thing. That time they go, you try for explain to the people them in their local languages them, may they understand. That time by the time they do a referendum, the yes will be an incontrovertible yes, not a one of ambiguity or one out of ignorance. But the way it is right now, where are we? So this is again another compelling argument why we should go into the first past the post. So that me, if I didn't have a constituency, me member of parliament, it come, e no can tell we wetin dem dey do na parliament. For can explain to we, next time if we see somebody wey we know say im go able desire for can explain to we dey go vote, we pull am out. That is people's power. And that is what we call the political sovereignty in the state, which is also in the preamble of the 1991 Constitution.
All right, but that just also reiterate Honorable Ibrahim Kagbo, Abdul Kagbo, sorry, the minority leader of parliament. That just reiterating in statement we make that the SLPP government, power government, we get the majority in our parliament. They are always willing to debate. They will always tell you that they will debate, but at the end of the day, they know that they are going to get the vote. They know say that they get the vote because them plus the paramount chief that we don't give them the votes, then they want, for pass whatever they want for pass now parliament. This is the reason why I'm asking about the political willingness, because we need to know how much the government they prove say they will at this time respect the will of the people.
Well, to be honest, Apple, history and posterity no go forgive anybody wey use power. You cannot forget, say, what should they do so? It should be about the power of the people, not to the will of power. Because governments, they come and go. Mother building a road for exit. Most of the ministers, they exit with them. Some members of parliament, they don't get for it again. But history will judge them, say, una be they review this constitution. Una do am in the interest of the country. But having said that, the people they also for come and be part of the process. If we see say things they know they go the way it is, we know the left and give between the two political parties, APC or SLPP. No, we the people therefore also come and add voices them. Like what we they do so, but this is more like the intellectual class. Now that I read and they talk. That person in a village, beyond Rubola, beyond Shegbema, where we do cleaning and marketing, they go do in farming. Ain't not to know what in they go on. But ignorance of a constitution is not an excuse, just like when they say ignorance of the law is no excuse. Therefore, we owe it to them. For let we explain to them, make them know waiting this day about. Now that make we need forget the first past the post. MPs then they go now then constituency them, then they give them fuel, make them go talk to the people then. But right now, with the current arrangement, we don't have it. So the people then we back for rise up. Why say rise up? Not to for go take bottle and stone nobody. We for able come with old placards and say, una dey pan debate constitution. Una do and say we as Sierra Leoneans we matter. The reason being, if there is bad governance in the country, if the rule of law is subverted, if democracy becomes extremely fledgling, now the people them they suffer. Now the people them they suffer. Because imagine that kill where then kill August 10, 2022, the Pademba road breakage, up to this point. Will not get nobody where they're all accountable. So forget a constitution where they able all people them accountable for their actions. Because if not, now two elephants and with the fat, then the grass now they suffer. And the people them, we don't need that.
Okay, so with all of this where they happen, I don't know if I miss some from what you just say, but anything they right now where then they deal with, where they suppose for take to the people in a form of a referendum?
Yes. Not so because I read the insinuate say, then they just go to the people them, then go say yes constitution, no constitution, then parliament like what the say they get majority. The debate of the constitution should not be on party lines. The expectation is members now the SLPP within a parliament, therefore able to speak truth to power. Like for now, we for able to know the implications of separating the office of Minister of Justice and Attorney General. Because the Attorney General, now the people's attorney. The
But
people
how
them.
this they happen? Where we all know say the government, in as much as we go give them further and then cap say they don't take this bold step, but then they do and because of them get interest in some areas them. How the member of parliament then go against things them inside the constitution where they feel say no they serve the interest of the country, where we get 77K where leader on top them.
Well, now that make I use the word say, our democracy is a fledgling democracy. Because imagine a country like the US, imagine a country like Canada, who say me this so. People that they belong at the same political party, then they challenge policies that we not in the interest of the people. Then. But they know they ever lose anything, they will still be there. So when we will reach that point, I don't know. But trust me, a starting point, even the issue of women, would they read and say, oh, 30% for women then? Can we legislate instead of we will spend NIG for forced proportional representation? Can we legislate to say even the PPRC, then say 30% the political parties will enforce? But now look what they even come with Segbe. They say the PPRC get the power for political parties and where they lost 2 elections or so for the register them. No, even if they have a small following, leave them, let them articulate government policies them for all the governments accountable and also for provide an alternative because now small parties then they grow. You cannot do a law to marginalize other groups. That is just terrible. Then look the other thing. They say you know they all dual citizenship and be president in Sierra Leone. Then they make the provision say, if me, I get Canadian passport, because I born Sierra Leone, I don't come Naya, I take voluntary Canadian citizenship, automatically they say I'm not qualified. Done at the 1991 Constitution. I think section 76. And they call now say, in this new constitution, how they do so, it is a marginalization, it creates more division. Imagine me young bobo then way then they are. We Creole self may not clear na the mouth. They inherit being Sierra Leonean because they are born here involuntarily, they are Sierra Leonean, they say they qualify for go run as president. Can you imagine? That's what constitution say right now.
Because they say now you look you country ping, you say no enough, you know answer again.
So does that mean if me go na Sierra Leone, no creates that problem between them say, oh, they are the home base them, we they oversee. Or they say the people how they come oversee them can just go there be corrupt. Most of the people they look their NRA host them when they passes, not to where they come out of. These are bona fide Sierra Leoneans na home base. Now then they can collapse the economy. So to me, make it pluralistic. Look at here in Canada. You get people there. One of the important ministers in this government, now Somalia Canadian. So what?
I don't know. Maybe I thought you don't read that side. I don't understand. La put her in a form of a question. Say, now even naturalized citizens could get right for going to parliament. Is that correct?
Naturalized citizens forget right. Well, I think
get under this new law, they get right for go parliament.
I don't make that sense, but I do know that there is a discussion about that. There has been discussions around.
Abdullah, you get that? You get that?
Allowing.
No, let Arthur done.
I think there has been discussions around integrating people way Canada Sierra Leone for be able for take part more in the political discussions of being a Sierra Leonean. But I think to say that has to do with people them way we consider like a typical white, I don't say white man. Foreigners that are born out of Africa, for example, the Lebanese community, the Indian community, people that we don't born in Sierra Leone, for me to get the ability for able for come na parliament. But me not think to say that should be a new thing because, for example, take the Lebanese them. We get a lot of Lebanese them we born in Sierra Leone. You understand me? We them mama them na Sierra Leoneans, typical Sierra Leoneans, like you get mama that win at Timini, Limba, mama them, all of them thing and they. But because heredity is patriarchal in Sierra Leone, they not get the ability for Gona for practice politics. So I think to say that is what they should look at and consider say, well, whether you mama or you papa born as Sierra Leone, because I think in the constitution that I stand to be corrected. I've been arguing something that constitution some time ago say for you for get certain political power, you get for born at the country and you get for be of Negro, your grandpa for be of Negro descent, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So then thing they become an impediment for some of them people that they, especially me. For me, I think I'm more concerned about the Lebanese community because they're more they integrate than any of the other one them, and you get few of them they will actually look themselves as Sierra Leoneans. You get me? Remember, I say what's the name again? This guy with this do music. This Lebanese guy. Huh?
Nasa Ayub.
Nasa Ayub, yes, Nasa Ayub. You remember saying Nasa Ayub that an issue we get with Sierra Leone.
Say no go ever naturalize.
Yeah, say no go ever naturalize because as far as in concerned, Nasa Ayub born in a Sierra Leonean. So you know get need for go through naturalization again. Like me personally, I agree with him. Yes, sir.
Pierre, you just they go choke thing. We're very controversial. Because
no, I just
wait. You know why this
is really controversial? A really technical thing.
You know why controversial? Me born in Sierra Leone. I don't fight for democracy in Sierra Leone. I don't go exile just like beaucoup other people that we don't fight for Sierra Leone. Then during the war, circumstance make them end up in this part of the world. Then get citizenship. Then they do a lot of financial contribution at that country. Then they come with the kind of media with the debate for promote to country. Then they say no, the constitution say we not qualify. Then somebody will come on. Lord we say come on a Mali, na me that side. They go Sierra Leone, they go naturalize, then they go parliament, then me, they say me not for qualify for go parliament. Can you imagine that? Does that make sense?
I not see that ball say come out na so now a Malian, for example, don't go take citizenship na Salon.
Yes.
They don't be citizen of Salon.
Yeah.
Automatically they qualify if by this thing what they talk about so for let you go parliament. But you were born, it's dirty, but because you go overseas circumstance, you go change and get citizenship and that, then say no.
Then they say no.
You know,
Section 76 say no. Because you don't go take citizenship voluntarily. What about that man we go now country not to voluntarily go take the citizenship?
Well, I think it's about I think to say that the people that write that section where they develop that thing. I think to say it's about how we call them. You know, like this kind of national pride,
loyalty.
You know, for abandon the citizenship.
Loyalty.
National loyalty.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, loyalty. Loyalty simply means not kill you people in your country. Loyalty simply means not thief government couple. Loyalty simply means not can't tell people for mob justice. Loyalty simply means not use your position, the privileged position, for the fly like say they do you. Loyalty simply means get your country at heart. Loyalty simply means not begin to go recruit about 1,000 soldier man them, then you left nurse them, you left teachers them, then they perish. That is not loyalty. So this loyalty thing, where I can read that debate there, to me, it is so fluid and a very lack of evidence. What you call lack of evidence-based conversation. To be honest. Because loyalty should be to your people.
Abdulai Bayraytay, I see something that you face. I thought, listen this one. Abdulai Bayraytay don't fall in that category there right now. So now it's be all the angle then for come out. Once you go so, they bring other example for but to be honest, the example is valid. It is valid. But just that you see it don't turn batters. It's a bit catchy ball the outside and the puller.
Well, actually, that is why consultations and discussions are very, very important when we look at the issue there, because we get to consider the circumstances. Many people them not just left with country just because they want for left Sierra Leone. Some man left because of the war. Some man left because of the economic situation. And it not necessarily mean to say not liking country. Because the fact of the matter are that if you ask outside also now about family property now, it then get family property and they take care of your family property. If they cannot you look at it house, it gets house, it gets this and that family business. So it is an economic contributor.
So,
And this is something I want to talk about. You know, we
I
have to
thought
look
before
at
you
this
done that,
thing.
that it's in the way you want to talk about. Look at the funny thing. Even if you get people in a salon where even they want to go print polo for electoral justice, then they still call her. That is a contribution.
Yes. Yeah, me na piggy bank. What would they oversee? Me na piggy bank now for the send couple. Then they say no, we not for participate for the politics. That law day we dey make sure say section 76 or for all for calm, especially within the diaspora. No pull
And
muscle them, let them expunge am because it is an
yes,
obsolete. Very
yeah,
And,
obsolete.
and,
yeah.
and look
Yes,
at
I
this other
exposure.
thing, Ato. Just quick one, I beg. They can inside to you point just now. I watch this since I talk about electoral justice. Please, you a call. No can take me to Samoa Kama. This is not about Samoa Kama. I just want to make reference. When they take this case going to court, the argument of the government now the fact say most of the one they will take the case going to court now oversee them. They not even you know, they not get rights for actually contest that particular election results day. You see how it's like? But when
The
it comes to
disrespect, yes.
support, yes, Abdulai,
They
what
tell
you
you
say?
say they're not doing at the country.
Then look at the inconsistency of the law. Then say we can vote. I dey vote na my country. I
Yes.
go 2023, I go register, my name dey na the voters registry, I go vote back. But they
But
say
they not for
no.
vote for you.
Contest. Yes, can you imagine that?
So now voted for,
Yes, but not to,
but not how you
vote
call it?
for, but
But
not to
not
be
voted
voted.
for.
But they're not to be voted for.
That is so
God.
discriminatory. Very discriminatory.
No, seriously, that it very, very discriminatory. Um, I don't know how to put this thing again. For me, I also think to say we system very, very unserious because let's tell you something. Me like me, when it comes to dealing with certain issues with governments, I always think of how do we make money out of all of them things there, and also encourage people in their right. Now that they think of extending the voting rights to people in the diaspora, so that when there is election in Sierra Leone, that discussion is still on in part of this thing. When there are elections in Sierra Leone, we go vote. Okay,
You don't
we
need for
go vote.
travel.
Yes, so if I don't need for travel for vote, why make I don't need for stand? I forget the ability for stand because of there, but the vote. Okay, and also you might want to say, all right. For example, as an American, when you left, no matter how you get work, you go work, you get for the pay tax. You know, for example, if I want to put tax in this thing, some of you go say yes. Look, I come to a minimal, kind of tax rate on 10. You will say Sierra Leone has already out of the country go pay like a flat rate tax of like $20. We go to government. You get what I say? We go to government as per your right as a citizen. Because the fact of the matter is most of the money they go back home now we they send and go back home. Now we they actually run the economy back home.
After Boku people and then at that country, the diaspora, most business than people and get there. Most people and they will all get business the way they run or they pay tax to the government. And that
Building.
couple they
Hey,
now Babylon will
I agree
come
with you,
will
sir.
also will dread. Because if we say okay, no, all left will go, the government no able go give you that kind of work the day, we will pay the tax.
Never.
They're not able. So not just be pluralistic enough. That's it. Because at the end of the day, it's a question of integrity. People in the diaspora and people in where they under. Imagine the expertise where people get this part of the world, the resources they will get. Then we'll go join hand to people back home, we'll go work together. We will just better our country.
You see, I did notice something quickly. You find out that this the Hamburg Salon people and the Hamburg people way now from the Lebanese community, but we born, then grandpa them born inside the country. And if you want to look at something and go argue with two reasons. Oh, number one, then people then can't take over the economy That, for example, the Lebanese them. Number two, they no get rights here, so because of that discriminatory thing. Now, let's look at this thing. I think, say, in all of this, it go back to what we begin off with the program today, I thought. Laziness, dependency, nine they cause them. I don't like for talk tribes. I don't like for talk about other people and sets of people, but let's be realistic. Why the Fuller man they not afraid the Lebanese man them? Because then they compete in doing business. Where you put here, that they put here. But some of we own people them, we just feel say no more we for able power that person. Now that make the one that we don't get head up small, the seize advantage per way. And one thing we for know, the advantage when they talk about, they don't beat this shop boy, not only they come from the Lebanese, they come from any other person, including we USSF people them, with the treat we self dirty one back. Dirty one. Look what they happen from the government. Now Lebanese man the answer no. So if we think of how we for do and develop we self, we're not go afraid nobody, and we go able for take control of our economy, we country. If you see government the libele, please do not take offense. But if you see government the libele to Lebanese man in their man and other people for example, now because of the kind mentality, you remember how we begin talk just now? Why we always the able pa other people them before we survive? Until we change this, we're not going for go no side.
Let's just say something quickly.
Quickly.
This evening, tell me somebody will talk, and we will talk about Jagaban. The person we call will discover Jagaban, and he was pointing to a statement which Jagaban make, where Jagaban say go na beach. We find out say all thing yes. Then the Chinese man we go for buy cassava leaf. Now Chinese man they go sell cassava leaf again. And I see the disdain in his face. You get what I say?
Mm-hmm.
How inside your own country, this is Sierra Leone. This is not China. If I get a Chinese man, we go like for cook cassava live in Sierra Leone, he go cook for me in China, I will gladly for it. I will gladly for enjoy it. But this is Sierra Leone. The thing where you go understand, I tell you this, and this is I know they have for like a I'm not a campaign for anybody, but I just want to point out certain facts. Okay, you see this person come with your money. One of the power we get, now the fact that no businessman not get for say, now me put money behind this man and buy a kind of power. And that's not issue. That is if you get power at the end of the day. And that's the issue we'll be facing in Sierra Leone. I tell you, I sabi over 20 parliamentarians in Sierra Leone. Where Ali Bassman and they pump money panel for go na we dem call na parliament. Una asking company Lebanese than I am. The highest funder of parliamentarians them, the person they fund parliamentarians them more for going to parliament, are Lebanese. Okay? And that are your own business. I don't condemn them for that because that's now wisdom. Now your wisdom down there, now wisdom. Put money parliament, go to parliament. I make you the final for say, you're not able to take that money, can't go to police. You're not able to take that money, let parliament take certain actions where they impact in business. Or when that man rival with a Sierra Leonean on business, that's why they're not able for bitter. Now he makes Sierra Leone carry Yabas go. In company Sierra Leone left that Yabas day na watakite rotting. You understand me? Te almost container Yabas rotting na wataki. You know why? Because the person where they do Yabas business inside Sierra Leone don't lend money to governments and don't give all who that they in authority and then are in pocket physically. There is no way those actions or decisions will be taken, against that person.
So for making short, this go back to the same thing, dependency.
Well, that's how they tell you so. Because we not fet, we not ensure say we make the necessary sacrifice for be free. For make that sacrifice for be free means to say, but you therefore turn your eyes away from the temptation of the money then be. That are just one kind thing. Yes, sir, you want kind
of. We get a very fine law in our country if we implement them, where they call the local content policy. Mm-hmm. The summary of that policy now that if you not to Sierra Leone and you go invest in our country for anything, you get even your board, the management, certain Sierra Leoneans them forbid stakeholders them. Now that board community. That na part of the local content policy that one day. And they also they give concessions to people where they invest locally for what you they consume locally. The reason being, when you do that, you they diversify the economy. It they also do what you call by economics the balance of trade, because if you reduce the importation, and because anytime you they import now forex you they use foreign currency. But if the Abbas would able to grow am, like that example we Arthur give, part of the local content policy is, and privy to two reports them, Lokomasama na Lunge, you understand? Then Kafu Bulom. If we give the farmers them the incentive, therefore able to produce Yabas with they feed Sierra Leone and even export to Liberia and Guinea. That is a fact. So the whole thing about local content policy is about the implementation, so that from the board, take on to the management, Sierra Leoneans must have a stake in whatever company where you come with. That way they will take local ownership. So that thing about say one person will come, it get politician and at them pockets, it get this, that. It's all about how do we make sure we don't become lackeys to them people them. And this thing what they talk is so serious. We get what you call multinational corporations, MNCs, where they promote the dependency syndrome. Then they come in the name of investment. Then the profits is not the day at the country. Then they do what you call flight capital. Then they carry am back to the metropolis. That was how then they for go develop then and then they pay the tax. So you go see say they come
The
in.
Indians.
So, yeah. So you see, all that thing and day, how do we ward against it? Because government they subsidize the rice importers them, it they subsidize the onion importers them, salt, all them have 15 and day. So why can't us say if you come, it's just see by the diamond industry, we not get a polishing industry in Sierra Leone. So all the diamond and like waiting Botswana they do.
Even when the
But
president now, that what they do for polished diamond.
no, we can talk to you.
But it's not in speciality that one day. All right, the program where you watch it now we are on YouTube and on Facebook. I'll be just one for But wait, are you avoid and the quick so Abdulai?
Because you know it, this parliament one term been there, they say then they give themselves 50,000 as waiting retirement or something. That talk they come, people that nobody no rise up for even challenge that one day. Then we see now Bank of Sierra Leone.
No,
they
wait. I
get
think they rise up,
accountability.
then talk about, and the only thing where we lack, including we SSF Naya, are the facts that we know
Yeah.
they follow up.
Yeah. Then go put money back for mother bill, then say for the travel one. Who's kind? Man, so they can say, and they would already then say loyalty. Loyalty? A loyal person they do that day to people in Sierra Leone. A loyal person go they push, they kill people, that you they fly, they jubilate around. Come on. Now I make way saying the land down on polishing. Well, good luck to them. But to be honest, would they far first? Would they fast?
You
I
know,
wish no more like all the mining companies and where they come who forget a policy say when you they do this, you mine in come here. Waiting are you long-term investment for Sierra Leone. Can una all be able come together we get a diamond polishing industry in Sierra Leone? Remember, from the discovery of diamonds in the 1930s, Nakono, till today, we still dey alluvial mining, and now they get them big machine them. We know they know almost royalties and they pay, and they go look African minerals can they go. Then Fatima Biobag don't go Kono, Kwedo the limited, they go make the usual political shenanigans, they backlock. Now the people they all man they say, hey we this man here, he can't no more, he can't make say that so thing now look who don't they will not get job. People that they sick now, when they call and say, una call first lady say una well low, now una dey power. They say not to government. Can you imagine? So we have a long way to go, bro.
you know, just a quick one. Let's just see what I can do for bring this come of the program we watch right now. We are on YouTube and on Facebook, and just one quick information I want for Giuna based on waiting I just don't see just now in a form of a breaking news. Now the fact say the APC don't finally get their location for the 2026 conference. Usai then go and do the flag bearer election. 2026 conference for this year, the news don't come up. And the latest with regards to that particular news, then the fact say then the old delegate conference this year inside Port Local. And the Olam inside Port Local. But they wish they all inside Freetown anyway. But then the old delegate conference inside Port Local, I just see how best I cable for show another one day. Abdulai Bayraytay, I not be really one follow talk about on our internal things them. But if it don't come up now, I think say I not get any option. But for let we just inside and quick one, and let we see waiting we get the waiting that you take on this first of all for let them choose that particular location.
I think say them deliberate where go happen August 9, 10, 11, and the 12th na Baibure Hall na Port Local district. What did then do then constitutes an NDC, you understand? Then the National Delegate Conference, the NAC come together and then go into votes. They nominate different venues. Eventually, nine and come, then go into votes, which was a very democratic thing. So from the voting nine, the ball fall on Port Local for say, let Port Local host. So we all dey look forward by God in power for let we go there. And I'm glad the way the secretariat they don't give them the mandate for let them come out with them dates and after the voting. So that at least the process a bit transparent. And the good thing for me, now the fact say in 2026, we dey get with flag bearer by God in your power. That 10 day, anybody now will get enough time without get any disagreement or we will come resolve anything and then before we go into the elections 2028. So that's one golden opportunity that. Now I make for we who they follow the process keenly for let even where the people the way they come out say they want for be aspirants or party, let them do what you call the non-aggressive pact, where they campaign, you no need for attack your company. Can't sell yourself to the delegates, left let the delegate then determine. Not to where you go say that candidate say, well, he knows how be coatless self. He make not so that they make them vote for you. Come with tangible policies, not only for the APC, but for the country. Because not forget, say, you get people that we not independent voters them, we then they na defense. Then just want to see somebody who they pull for say, yes, this person here, now in will come for lead this country here, so that all the terrible things that we Mother Bio and Kabodu they don't do, we will come, we address them, and we make sure say we do effective service delivery.
Okay, family member, I think that now the latest information we just don't come out now though with regards the APC, the National Delegate Conference, we go be na Port Local this year. It will be na Port Local, and I just want for read them for a quick one for let owner self go able for see them. Let's just see waiting I can able for read quick one from this one. Wait in the screen unfortunately for we let's just see quickly. Alright, so if I can manage for read and quick one, family members. Okay, so then say declaration of venue for the National Delegates Conference NDC pursuant to Article 18B of the APC Constitution 2022. The All People's Congress APC Party hereby formally inform its general membership and the general public that the National Advisory Council NAC at a duly convened emergency meeting has considered and approved a resolution on the venue for the conduct of the National Delegates Conference. This decision is taken pursuant to Article 18B of the 2022 APC Constitution, which provides that the National Secretary General shall, at least 6 months before the due date, send or publish notice convening the conference, which said notice shall state the dates and the venue for the conference. In compliance with the above constitutional provision, the NSC received and thoroughly deliberates on proposed venue for the hosting of the forthcoming National Delegates Conference. Following extensive discussions, a formal voting process was conducted and the votes were duly counted. At the conclusion of the process, Bayraytay Potloko Township emerged as the venue that secured the highest number of votes. Accordingly, and in furtherance of the resolution passed by the National Advisory Council, the National Secretariat of the APC party hereby officially declared that the National Delegates Conference in DC scheduled for 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th of August 2026 shall be held as the Bayraytay Hall in Potloko Township for Potloko Township, Potloko District. This notice is issued to ensure transparency, constitutional compliance, and to duly inform all party structures, stakeholders, and the general public. Okay, I think now we get up say other people know they because I not see this sign now. I think other people they want not see, but important the message don't
And then I
pass.
just a signature there on that, yes.
Okay, all right. So let me make this clear now, Naya. I know say sometimes then the people can say this. We get every Wednesday, Naya, when a Dr. Richard Conte in your own hour, na in the pay for them. Let me open this up. Any candidate we want forget in your own time with we. Let contact we will get a price list, a pay and do in your own campaign na yeah. Truth or truth talk me, we know they do any free campaign for anybody. We go get debate for now all, but anyone we want for the talk, but in your own campaign no more just like that, it can contact we and then it can pay for in your own term. Okay? Let we make this clear and we will continue for make them very, very clear. So that's now what you go say, Salela Muhammad. All right, so Abdulai Bayraytay, I honestly not want for touch on this, but I'll drop you quick one before we open the phone line. What do you think about the process? Lower level election, they begin the 7th of this next month. The 7th lower level election, they begin, and other things. So you think because what we don't understand are that this executive not to then they conduct this election for the flag bearer. So waiting now you take on the process so far.
I think say so far there is some transparency. Now that make me feel I'm a little bit way I see that issue where happen in Amashaka.
That
Where
card
them
business.
go then card business. I felt a little bit disappointed about that. But so far though, I think say we they become we they democratize ourselves now party. Gradually we are getting there. Some people and they way they can take bullets them from people them. But to me, anything we they do, if we say we want for rule Sierra Leone, the credibility and integrity for start within the political parties. Because when you demonstrate them, you they canvass the confidence of the people for say yes, if they're able to conduct themselves so much with decency within our party, then we're able to entrust give them the country. So the same thing they go, law will not favor nobody. Law will open an open playing field. Who that the people then want for party, law will all come and rally and support that person day. Because at the end of the day, democracy for start internally, then it cascade to the national level. And that is my own personal belief.
Okay, family members, them, we they open the line now. You can call and add your voice to the program. But please, family member, let's tell you something. I want to let you go. We go post them tomorrow, but let we give chance to the one that we do their work. Let them first of all publicize that one day. I see a trailer na Liberty for Tawa. When I listen, I watch that thing, they may at one for that kind individual for say something like of that nature. Me at one, I not ever listen person. Me at one, maybe because I feel disappointed with the kind mortal man. Yeah, but please, I see they don't post them one-on-one. Khadija, na end they do them with Tawa. Dear, una go na Liberty, una go watch that thing. There. Tomorrow we go post them back in case somebody not able for go anyway. But for today, una please go watch that thing at Liberty. I beg una watch ale una at one pass me on. I'm pretty sure by the time they watch the whole thing, I go don't swell. If I not boss self like Agbolo, but I will swell. I would like better you look there enjoy this. You watch that thing, Nancy?
I don't watch them. They tell me but now
People.
after this show now they go watch. I don't know
Yeah,
watch
they go watch them. I feel disappointed in Tawa. Tawa really don't relegate in my opinion. Now with the CCA interest now not to the country anymore. Now that's really as a young man, they really get the country in their heart. But when me hear that trailer waiting it talk, I not watch the program it too. I beg gonna go watch them before me. I beg gonna go watch. I'll go on the line and I'll take some few calls them. I beg. Low not to. Let's go quickly on the line. Welcome to the show, family member. Your name and also the call from.
Yeah, that one I do.
By God in power, they do fine. Are you safe?
Dear, we na big with a big. We want make una big the APC MPs and the executive. They have one more chance for correct this whole thing. By now, the obvious reason when me and una know if we Mr. Bayraytay Sidoran and that Madabio will pass this constitution. Nobody will stop them. Me and una know that they have one chance now where we all need to come to them now and tell them say una come on a parliament, the council una shut them down. That's when the people who come pathway now, then go come. But if I say this now, una go fetch, na lie, it pass them. And when you pass them, that is the end of everything for all of us. Not just for the APC, but for the country in democracy. So the APC now, they get one chance. These are the last chances where they need for utilize. They have the opportunity now. This is not about electoral justice or about anybody now. This is more than EJ is more than. Imagine the census force is a clear indication say these people not ready for work to normal. We have the census lead also right away. Plenty problem lead on they know they cooperate. The constitution on campus they know they cooperate. For more than they review them, they know one day consult people there. They don't open them. You know what they don't put under this safe. So una all let we come together. Let we ask the APC this time. Before they go call for going to stadium, they for first left parliament, they left the councils them. Then they call people there now. Then everybody go involved. Then we go now say, oh, the party don't see us. But as it is now, let them come off us. This is the last chance. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, God bless you. We go again quickly to another call inside the program. Welcome to the show, family member. You name inside the call from. Please, you get the platform. You get live on We Are.
Yeah, this is my concern, Sierra the call from the US.
You get the platform. Please go ahead.
Yeah, well, now thank you for the good work we do. You know, sadly, this first caller we call so, you know, it will get another big disappointment back again if they rely on APC. We all know the only difference between APC and SLPP, now APC then are lesser evil. Then with the evil way then they try for do things where at least go reflect on the life of the people, like where they go subsidize and all that stuff. Then the way they can pull subsidies and they make things more difficult for the people of Salone. Now not the whole difference. But in terms of passing law, because it's very APC, then lucky lawyer where this government they bring council, then one let them succeed so that they go calm the power, then use that very law day against them. You know, this seditious libel law, I think 1965 or so, where SLPP push that waiting self they where they come now they later can begin they can complain foul. Now the same thing SLPP they do so with this PR system and all that thing. APC now bet no more than they set for them. Once they succeed, APC they can use that one day against them back again. And the country they go backwardness. Even when Abdulai Bayraytay they talk about this other than bring can to sim business. Now the very APC just for muscle and the way they the diaspora. When they ready then they request for money from them. When it come for old position now, they want for foul them. Very, very evil people. My brother, let God sorry for we no more. But that country, in fact, they are lucky person. Thank you. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much. You know, the to sim binde na then activate them, na they really activate them. I can remember that one day. Anyway, we go again and take another call. Okay, Mr. One. Welcome to the show, family member. You name and also you call from, please. You get a platform. They live on Weird.
This caller from London.
Welcome, sir. Get a platform. Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, if all this guy talks to, that the right thing for me for walk out of that parliament, because if they walk out, they're not going to pass that bill. But APC reliable, they're not reliable. What's in my name, Seth? Abdul Kabo Kambloff winner we had. Say they're not going to pull that lady. Then pull a man, 7 pounds and go vote. I mean, if they make this thing for votes, to God they pass. So the best thing for Tawal, they're not going to parliament, let it not pass. But
wait. Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about Sengbe Pierre and Bible. I just want to mix me watch this small because I think one post where they put now other media where they say na money business make una scatter. But yeah, I don't find them money business make what scatter. Please, we not try make this piece a big boom.
All right, not a money business.
They too much, yeah.
No,
Mr. Man, they please.
You get me?
We don't begin this thing from the start. Yeah, I believe start inside the first 200 people waiting at this program. From the start now begin them. Yeah, when I make that pitch, they want to see the piece now. Please.
All right, thank you. All right, so continue for the meeting inside the program. This is a program winner we had on YouTube and on Facebook. Okay, so we're going again on the line and take another call. Welcome to the show, family member. Your name and the call from.
Good evening. This is Lester caller.
Welcome. You get the program.
Mr. Bayraytay, I don't know what you want to make them people tell you again. People don't thief on election and when I say and everybody believes it in thief election. Una sit down they talk. The guy then they do again what's in how they go sit down inside room. Then people come out now the room they count the things they begin to change they una sit una they wait for. Una feel say people go listen to una never ever listen to una because it's not accountability time now they come so. You feel say all what them people don't do, they go out for let them care, they go and see what I do, like that and treat the APC them. They will not sit down and they follow them. Like other first caller talk. If we not take a drastic step where the whole guy that they mulch them, sorry for the language, then guy will not listen to una go sit down again after the election, una begin the cry back. And then una go make another arrangement, they don't declare the winner, una sit down, una they watch them. These guys will not do, they don't change all the things they una don't go put away. Very important for the election. What you give una want for let them tell una. For make them tell una say pa, we do am so no listen to una. When I feel go tell una that day, una better take a drastic action where una go bring everything to a standstill because then they respect the international community. See, we're a government. If una not take a step, Then people go tip this election back. Bonical in the academy 2023. So that's not me what hard. Una for act. Thank you guys. Bye bye.
All right, we go again on the line and take another call quickly. Welcome to the show, family member. Your name and circle from Place to get the platform live on Weird.
How will they do some there? Thank you, Arthur. Again, very interesting program. I like what they call it and they say, you know, then people and they try and then they test, then get away, then test, then get away. This is the last straw. You know, agata poison. 90% of the food is good. And that 10% we can dance and then they kill the agata. Then people don't try, they don't get away, they don't try, they don't get away. They don't for the talk, boku talk. Let we put action to we talk. Let APC this time around pick a leadership. We get mind, we're fearless, we're able to go against and stand up for the rights of the people, defend the vote. First of all, the parliamentarian are not going to allow this constitution for go to safe. And agata poison. There are things inside embedded in it where few people don't know highlight them already. So then go shop on their throat if they sit down. And some of few of them then will give them money. And when they give them money, they say the problem as alone. You know, we get the policy, we get all the stuff then at the implementation. Because when one man then sell until they go inspect a mining site, then go give them boku money, it turn in face. Now the people suffer in online in pocket. You know, like we're very them they talk. We know they add value to the product in Sierra Leone. Somebody else mentioned saying man they do diamond, and when he said and do polishing factory, they look them other way. We get all what it takes. Now the corruption and the badat and the greed with the we, you know, we need to think of the masses, not individualism. And like we have to talk about the Lebanese, the lobby and the pay. Because I mean, he who pays the piper determines the tune. So if somebody can lobby, he pay, then in own case go across. And that makes when money they can't say in our politics. You ask who said them people where they pull the money. Now the money bar or you get Chinese or Russian or American behind this money. Where at the end of the day they become president and that person they control. We got to begin the search too. I just said that we not get you know like campaign finance reports not alone. Or check with some of them money they come out. Because people in the spray money now for get power, then who would have the support then and then get for control. So now be careful. APC not there for sale. Like when they go put lock off and on the side, when they make sure the right man, we get the right credibility, we get the right character, we go defend the party and defend the people of Sierra Leone. Then they elect the right person. Not for you can't spray money to them. Also you come out with the money. Who are they behind this money? Or how long you don't need at the party? What you do for
all
the
right,
party?
thank you so very much. God bless you, my brother.
You know? Anyway,
thank you.
Let God bless you now. Again, I support the other caller. Do you want to make this peace? We want to see by Boe.
All right, thank you. All right, we go on the line again and take another call quickly. Welcome to the show's family member. Your name and circle from Please Get the Platform live on Weird.
Hello, Shambaki, how are you? Okay?
By God in power, okay, are you safe?
God bless Riyadh. I was Mr. Bayraytay, okay? I was
we are lucky by God in power.
Your other guys, okay as well. Yeah. So the reason why I call you, Aliu, all man they call you all a couple of weeks for Baybure. You know, nobody not get Baybure in contract. Me, please, if you can give me Baybure in contract under this number, or I don't know if you send me number to him, you're not gonna call me. You know? So, boy, if you can give me a number under this number, please, let me talk to him because.
Okay, so let's make this clear again. I think when I miss this one, me and Baybure no get problem. Baybure the begin program Sunday.
Yeah, because as you see, you don't get problem. You know, you give him the room for let you come back.
No, not to that day. All things okay now. It can Sunday.
Hopefully, you know, that's what we want because let old man not talk to you. Let's see, in the person we not agree. No, me I can say yes. Now info come because we are all the opportunity for.
It can Sunday. It can Sunday.
That's a call for anyway. Okay.
It can Sunday. All right, thank you.
God bless you, Mr. Bayraytay. Everything. Put you all the fight for
Thank
answer.
you.
Lord, let God answer, okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you so
God
much.
bless you.
Thank
Take
you.
care.
All right.
Okay.
Go on the line again quickly. Welcome to the show, family member. You need me to call from get the platform, please. See the live on we are.
Yeah, good evening, Senator. Good evening, Mr. Bayraytay. Good evening, Apostle. Listener Jibrila from New Jersey.
Welcome, we get the platform.
Then we pay we
Sir.
pause in the talk. We pause in the talk. A speech, very powerful. We pause in the talk. In speech, they represent now we something the common emotion. You know the whole our do the common emotion. They represent you 100%. I'm like Bayraytay. We on the school, man, the talk. We not get chance for talk to the people. Now Bayraytay the talk for honest. So that's how Bayraytay the talk. So now the school, man, the talk. That means for say Bayraytay in position, a very powerful for years the saloon. They still they hide. One of the wicked leaders in the world, now leader they hide information from the masses or keep them in dark. Why is then they do the evil? Abdulai Bayraytay enable for tell we up till now. For 11 years, enable for amend the constitution. For 11 years, this man then get the power one it gets. Why they no reducer on the APC? They can see don't they give value to Malabio. And let's go back and white Malabio in bad image. They can't also with this. Let Bayraytay tell you why make them not be able to amend the constitution for 11 years. Till we come to this point to look what should happen. We're not getting nothing that continue. And the people can go for fight for themselves. And then come on and do a mass number and they get in democracy. And God bless you all.
Right. We go again on the line and take another call quickly. Welcome to the show, family member. You name and circle from Philippines. Abdul.
Yeah, this is Abdulai call from the US.
You're welcome.
But I will say thanks to all three. This program today, I mean, is superb. I really enjoyed the discussion.
Thank you.
Honorable Tawa prove which openly na TV. I'm not surprised for somebody like this for support the idea. See, we were the oversee not for take part in politics in Sierra Leone. Then people here want with contribution and we support na the country, but with participation, they don't want some. This is not pure badat. A born out of pure badat. And you can see where things happen with overseas people. Other one and they can grab up and talk nonsense. They don't know the contribution of that country. The amount of money where they go there, be it the one where then they recognize through bureau and other things them, a plenty. Let alone the one where they go to back, do they now? What about people who they send then goods and services, and goods and they for let people and sell and make money and the contribution to family. Therefore recognize that. But anyway, let God make them fix this thing fine for you.
Abdul, no go.
I mean, Bayraytay from you leave Sitalex say you're not going for one for this thing. Because I want to be Mr. Freeman. But I'll still stay with the APC.
Okay.
I don't see anybody in the SLPP who attract me. Thank you.
No, great. Hello?
Yeah, they.
Yeah. How Tower prove which? Waiting, you just can't catch people and cook. I prove which.
The man tell me say, then they eat raw beef. Who picking and they do.
Oh, yeah?
Thank you.
It's insane. And I also in the eating your raw beef.
Wow.
Welcome to hello. Anyway, the line's still open. They take 3 more calls to go over to Abdulai Bayraytay. Quick one. It's alone. We country alone. Waiting they happen so. Nobody know one for no. All man just depend. The line's still open. 3 more calls. Let me go quickly. In the next 5 seconds, if the calls turn up, I will go over to Abdulai Bayraytay to wrap up the program quick one. I beg, I want to go back now, Liberty TV, now go watch. I beg. I want to see that program, they get 50,000 views before tomorrow morning. Please. Let me take this one quickly. Welcome to the show, family member. You name it, also the call from Please Get the platform.
Yeah, we had a good evening. This
Good
is
evening.
Ibrahim Bra, and they call from Kono.
You get the platform.
Yeah, thank you very much. I really appreciate you now. Sengbe, my first question. Who side by Burego? I'm sorry you when I don't talk and before we not listen. But you co-panelists wake out. it's a good replacement and very amazing, Mr.
No,
Arthur.
not a replacement, not a replacement at all. It just can for support.
No, I know. Wait a minute. Where Bible they know the one we can support you. Okay, let me put it that way.
Thank you.
Yes, it's very good, really. And to me, man, Bayraytay, I'm always admiring you. Thank you for your analysis. To be honest with you, Sierra Leone, one thing they talk about, then constitution, yeah, then TIA, they do so. To be honest with you, if the internal party structures no follow due process and constitutional process, believe you me, I like to make constitution from January to December, not the same thing. Because the executive, they get power. And what make it see the MPs, they not get word on their own, they're not able to take decision on their own. Now because the executive, they control them. Then party structures is laid down there. If you not go to the dictate of what the party want or what the people the executive want, by the next election, they need you symbol. So we just forget lost them, where we go able for bring come. Let we get primaries when they elect, when they even select people in the party structures for be MPs. Who for start them from the primaries, let them elect them at the constituency. Let it be say a unanimous decision of the people that they na the constituency, na them for choose who they want for go represent them in parliament. So that the party no go get absolute power over them for take decision. You see, but if you not do that, not for nothing. With the talk so if you see people like Tawa, them suggestion the way they give in a parliament earlier, where people they say these are people who are genuine. I'm telling you, they were not doing it as a genuine citizen or a citizenship or for bring come good thing that now because they're not being get opportunity or get money and no they na the parliamentary executive structure. So them if you say them be left out, few people in the eat, now make them they raise the issues then they when once they give them position, you see how they don't change. Now the whole thing that they you see Sierra Leone, and to be honest with you, at the only discussion what they do, but they lost their year. Now make with the big President Bill. Now go it go. Make sure say he listen carefully to the people them. This constitution will make now for all.
All right, thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Yeah.
All right, thanks. All right, so we go and take two last call inside the program. Two last call quickly inside the program if you're available. Yes. Welcome to the show, family member. Your name and inside the call from, please get the platform.
Yeah, me a concerned citizen. I call from England.
Welcome, you get the platform, please.
I want to tell you now all I do. And Mr. Bayraytay, I don't know how you talk to your colleague APC then, but I think we're there at a Salon at a precipice now we for not stand up for Salon. Salon is doomed. Now we talk say APC parliamentarian then. Waiting at the gimmicks where power get for use in the parliament. Yeah? And get for use this member of parliament present. Now they went where they do this vote. So APC then get for consider this all. Me, I believe say they were already planned. They not say maybe on a member of parliament get for exit the parliament. So they don't plan all this, but APC get for stand up. The people of Sierra Leone beg una. I don't say when I get my own package, but it's high time let APC stand. Not for the party set now. Let us stand for the people of Sierra Leone. This is too much in this country. We don't beg una even we had them not talk before because you talk to your colleagues, you get for ginger. You get for say, my friend, let's put Sierra Leone first. Please talk to them. Yeah, behind the scene. I don't know what they play to you for, Mr. Bayraytay. Thank you.
All right, we take the last call inside the program. Quick one, the last call, and I end this.
Thank you.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yes, welcome. You get a platform. Hello, welcome. You did live on We Had. Okay, we take another call quickly. Welcome to the show, family member. You need to the call from, please get a platform. They like, oh, Mr. One again. I'll just see quick one. The last one. If not, we go to I'll just see the last one quick. No, okay. So we go over to you, Abdulai Bayraytay. The line open now for you. You can go on.
Thank you very much, Sengbe Pierre, and people then behind the scenes where they support the program. And the callers then they make very solid contributions. The concerns is how we can continue to work together to make our country a better place. And a better place, of course, the constitution is very paramount because even if you know did na Sierra Leone, where you go Sierra Leone, the constitution within the sovereign state of Sierra Leone, they take precedence over you. So we all get the moral fortitude for let we put more pandemic in there. And people then say APC will for do more, we will try. But also they say in a situation where APC and SLPP, then particularly the one in a parliament, if they go one do something we not only the best interest of the people them, and they also encourage the people them, Sierra Leoneans them, let them back calm, articulate. You don't need the parliament to make your position known. Like for we where they so na the diaspora, we know how we can do and then petition them. If they write, you do, you hold placard, you go demonstrate, oh no, they cost nobody. But I agree with them, say, since APC now in the party we poised for take over leadership from the SLPP, we should be seen to be the vanguard for take the front seat for let we able canvass the public opinion so that we will able get this right. And I agree with almost all the callers and waiting and say that APC for step up, and I agree with them on that. But we also need the voices of the people for join so that we can achieve not for APC, because the Constitution 1991, as we are amending it, is not an APC constitution. It's for every Sierra Leonean. So we all have that mandate for let we put to mouth because it's our business. Then Jibrila and New Jersey say Bayraytay, they no amend the constitution in 11 years. I be explain this, and the explanation I borrow am from we former Minister of Justice and Attorney General JFK. It is like all the efforts were made, consultations consume a lot of the time. By the time now then they come, say Justice Kawan die, say election near now, the thing not be able to come again for what we do am. And we no go want to do a constitution at the time in a hurry, just so let we say that APC do am. So with governance being continuity, I think that is where this government we don't can pick up from Usa left, just like how Usa be pick up Usa Tijan Kabal left. Now we support them where we need for support them for make it better. And Usa will say they no one be transparent, then get a hidden agenda like what you can do so. Some of us will come out very loudly and condemn it. And when they condemn because the constitution for they be better, if we say the president empowers them boku, where APC come, if we don't get this new constitution, which means they are not just reducing the powers of Mother Bio because it already come under the 1991 constitution. This now for the next APC person, so that for let we can boldly say we don't need too much power so let the president they get the tendency if accountability not there, it will be a dictator. I think this is what we want. We should be able to speak truth to power. So the 11 years will not be able to complete them. SLPP don't come, now we move the process forward. I think that is what we say now. Because it is like when egg don't broke, you ask for gather, especially raw egg. They don't scatter. Sansan don't go there. So no able do 11 years. That is a fact. If you ask me, do we want for let it happen 20 and then 10 and then for let it happen? I will say yes. It not happen, it not happen. So now it get this an opportunity law all of months, including already in the diaspora, and join hand to compatriots and back home for let we get a better constitution which is people oriented. But the summary of it all, one caller I say in the big President Bio, ain't not get for contest again. Now going they go so. He said, do ya may he left give we a constitution when a people's constitution. I think say one doff me heart to that caller day. Because Le Mother Bio, he say in a father of democracy. If this go make saying a father of democracy, well, do you let them give it this constitution? Let it be waiting the people they want. Let it forget about empathy. Let it forget about APT. Let it do them for the country in sake, so that at least all the terrible things that we don't do, who would write now the history of in tenure in office, at least who will put now the footnote say, at least he able to do a preside over a transparent process where give we a constitution where Sierra Leoneans then deserve, where everybody appreciate. Myself will join that caller day for pray for let that happen. To me, that is a high point in all the callers them, the very nice points they made. But this appeal are they join. Not to beg who they make Mother Bill, not to favor they do it, but things say it behove for let do am for the people of now country because we deserve that.
All right. That's now Abdulai Bayraytay, and in response to the different comments them we don't come inside so far. So before we left you for go, it don't give you final response to people them. But what you want for left with we? Because we go count you back just now. The lower level election they come, we go need for you view into that. The preparation, the yagbaga for the go up and down, with flag bearer, they will get for see the tension, the kind sound a party. So before you go, you are left with we.
To be honest, I just want to tell God thank you for we are able to get the energy owner they give me this opportunity for let I can engage on them very important issues there. Sierra Leone now we all own. But cool people in there, we don't want talk like how they talk so. But maybe they not get the opportunity. They not know how to do how for come na them important platform there. So now that make for me, I know what I have for tell you now thank you and all other platforms the way they give me this opportunity. I remain very, very grateful. It's a big honor for me. And my last word again, by Buria Sengbepia Gladi, where you say, yeah, you brother, by Sunday we will say, yeah, you see the concerns. If not any other platform between me and you, nobody not care. We don't see platform that they come and fade out. Nobody not they even notice. But una don't build something we every day people and they pray for una across the world because of the sacrifice una they make, the commitment una don't show so far. So now that make people then they say now good news. We can do the breaking news say your brother is on the way as well for let come join you on Sunday. We they look forward to that. And to me, I can always say teeth and tongue, they can get chamot, disagreements, or they even in marriage. The thing we would learn is how to resolve conflicts, whether they are real or apparent. So we will just praise in a quiet moment. Let God continue for guide una, give una the strength, and continue for be there for the people. That's not my last word, and God bless you for this great opportunity. You are Ato. Let God bless you.
Thank you very much, Abdulai Bayraytay, a former spokesman, political analyst as well. We're joining inside the program this evening. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. And one for use this opportunity, in as much as you didn't know each it, we still look forward for the Sunday. But one for tell thank you to all who that don't show concern. Who that don't left in busy schedule for actually engage with, who that don't pay transport come up far away just for come and can see how best they can sit down with we follow we able for understand one for appreciate to all. But one thing I go say before I go, the small hiccup, the small teeth and tongue jam up, not as a result of money. Let me make that very clear to everybody. Not as a result of money, but a good day or so, Sunday by God in power, and when it come, we go briefly discuss. We know ever plan on before, but we will briefly discuss. Free mind, now so, and then we move forward. After that particular one day, so they look forward for that particular Sunday day. See, they don't be Saturday from we own side. So Sunday not day far by God in power. We go there, follow we discuss the different things them and see how best we can able for work and go before more stronger. And again, one platform where I appreciate now, that platform there's some people they said in the course, yes, in the course. Then call now we the play. Always from the day where somebody send that video to we, I always feel like for say yes, not to we no more, one for make other people in platform grow. But other people they must well we get good heart, one for see we grow rather than see we fall. So now we they play Sultan and I think Kolonko Daddy. I want to appreciate you now and want to say thank you very much. Thank you. In as much as we doing this, but we are not show like we in competition, rather we are show like for say we want to make like we see say we for day together stronger than any other time. Thank you, I appreciate you so much. And if we reach to this point, Abdulai Bayraytay, thank you. Thank you to your family and thanks to everybody. God bless we country Sierra Leone, where we call Riyadh, and good night.
Thank you.
It is memory wanted, and then love for Sierra Leone. They don't tell it like it was. So we must, so our children never live it. They chop the hands of babies before they learn to crawl. Pull unborn lives from their mothers, let blood answer the call. They burned us in our cars and houses, locked the doors, watched flames rise, called us collaborators with no justice, killed us openly before our eyes. Stray bullets, intentional bullets, that was the rhythm of the day. Death didn't whisper, didn't warn us, it came and chose to stay. Never again. We cry for peace, say I repeat, just want you to remember where we came from. Never again. Though the wounds remain, Sierra Leone say never again. Our pain, our stories echo through the land. Sierra Leone say never again.